And welcome back. And look who decided to join us this time. For the first time and for the last time this season, we're going to be joined by ETBU hockey captain and current general manager, Carson Combs. So, Carson, welcome to the new coaches show. How are you liking the setup?
Yeah, I like it. I was not told the Tiger room, so I showed up at Meadows to a empty room. So glad to be here. A little bit late, but I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, that was totally last year. We decided to bring it back to the Tiger Room, make it a little more fun setting. All right, Carson, so you just completed your second season with ETBU hockey, and I have to say, probably one of the best seasons ever. There was a point where you won 10 straight games, and just talk about just give a recap of the season overall, like how everything went down.
Yeah, so we had a bit of a tough start, but we quickly picked it up. So we ended 16-6 for our second year, and we beat some really good teams. And so one, it was just a huge encouragement and a huge, or very successful season for us to be able to come out and have that sort of record and beat some really good teams. We beat teams like Texas A&M. We swept Dallas Baptist University in a pretty exciting weekend. We beat a team Auburn and University of Texas El Paso. So we got some big name schools that we beat, and so it's encouraging for us and huge for us to recruit next year. And next year's going to be really exciting. We're going to have a full between a 30 and 34 game schedule, and we're finally inducted into the TCHC, the Texas Collegiate Hockey Conference. And so we'll be able to compete with the conference for the playoff bid, and then hopefully go to the regionals and potentially nationals. So after this year, it was incredible. We had a lot of fun. The guys played really well. We had some really key players that came in and really pulled their weight, and even more so with the team. And yeah, it was wonderful. Yeah.
So my question for you, Carson, is just that there's a couple guys from the other side of the border up north in Canada that have come all the way down here just to play hockey. So how does that whole process work? How do you get guys all the way from Canada to play here at ETBU in East Texas? How does that work?
Other than by the grace of God, we've gotten to formulate some partnerships with some organizations and some coaches, and we've also got a great recruiting agency that helps us out. But from what I found, the kids that come up from up north, especially Canada, love Texas. Texas is it's an amazing place, so it's not hard to love it. But I think part of it's college. And when you have an opportunity to go play hockey at a place that's kind of far away, it's for a lot of kids. They'll play what's called junior hockey. Junior hockey is when you actually leave your home between the ages of 16 and 20 to go play and try to develop. And so leaving home and leaving for a long way away isn't necessarily new for players. And so I think the opportunity to come down quite a bit of ways from home and play for a university can be appealing. And so the guys that we've recruited, we're lucky to have them from Canada. They've been unbelievable players for us and great character guys. And so shout out to Mike Garvey and Riley Knott for those two guys, carving the Canadian way for us to bring some more players down from Canada. So, they play good hockey up there, and you got to go recruit where good hockey is played. So.
Now, of course, going back to this season, there have been some key memorable highlights. Obviously, we had a couple overtime winners, and we had a penalty shootout, which, I don't know if you're aware of this, but there's kind of a common trend going on when there's some big sports moments that are played to the Celine Dion song, My Heart Will Go On from Titanic. You yourself had a memorable highlight, a penalty shootout game winner. Just kind of talk about, having the opportunity to do that and help your team win in that moment.
Yeah, that was pretty special for me. I played and graduated from DBU, and so for me, one of the fun parts of creating this program was I get to create a hockey program to go compete against my alumni. And so, I'm thankful I had a really good weekend that weekend and felt good. And so, yeah, the shootout came. It was I don't think it should have gone to a shootout, but it ended up going to a shootout. And so, as guys were going down, I think we had Skylar scored, and then we had 6 guys or 5 guys not score up until I got there. And so that was the 5th or 6th shot. And so I was honestly just waiting for coach to call my name and hopefully have an opportunity. And I thought I was going to be the 3rd guy and then the 4th guy or the 5th guy. And then I was finally called. And so I pretty much go at the same spot every shootout, which is 5-hole, which is between the legs. And so I went down and tried to shoot in stride, went in. I was lucky. and yeah, it was a really cool feeling. I skated by their bench and was pretty excited. So yeah.
All right. Well, one final question I will say. I am a little bit disappointed, though, because I feel like the Combs family is maybe the most popular family around the ETBU area. Because if you had Connor and Casey play hockey with you, you would have been the ETBU version of the Hanson brothers and all that. So, I mean, what's the deal with that? I mean,
well, I'm thankful that we don't have all long blonde hair and don't sing. And that sports was our route. But yeah, I think it's been a lot of fun. God works in really mysterious ways and really funny ways. Connor's story of getting down here is just it's an act by God, and then the fact that Casey got to come out here and they got to play baseball together was just an incredible opportunity for them, and memories that they created and made and that they'll have for the rest of their lives. And I'm a city boy, so growing up in Dallas and loving the city and going to school in the city. It was going to take an act of God to even make me consider coming out to East Texas to do anything. And so, God's good, and He gives us opportunities and gives us challenges, and so yeah, blessed by those, and I can only thank Blair Blackburn, President Dr. Blair Blackburn, for pulling me out of my hockey retirement twice in my life. So that's a fun fact. Yeah, I quit at 18. He pulled me back at DBU to go play, and then I retired at DBU, and then he called me back and I came to UTBU and played. So. But I've exhausted all of my college eligibility, so you cannot do that a third time. Thank the Lord. Yeah, but just being out here with my brothers has been an unbelievable experience, and I hope that we've been able to make some impact in people's lives and been good leaders and created some good friends that we'll have for a long time, and yeah, just honor God and what we've done as a family and continue to do that. So.
All right, well, that was Carson Combs, an ETBU hockey player turned general manager as he gets set to recruit more hockey players. We're going to step aside. When we come back, Mark and I will have our final thoughts on the show.